This news update is brought to you by...
From rom-coms to dramatic tearjerkers and hit action movies, video on demand from Flo's got what you need, baby. Spend some we time tonight. Oh yeah. Simply press the VOD button on your Flo remote. This is how we do TV. This is how we flow.
It's Thursday, February 11th, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. In our top story, a health science specialist is recommending that the Freundel Stewart administration introduce a tax on fat. Director of the Chronic Disease Research Center at the University of the West Indies, KFIL, Dr. Alifia Samuels, is suggesting that Barbadians start paying for the overindulgence of unhealthy foods. During Tuesday night's town hall meeting on the financing of the health care in Barbados, Dr. Samuels was among those arguing strongly that government should tax fat.
Is it worth the fact that these are the same children who are going to turn into obese 20-year-olds who are not going to make it to their 50th birthday? So, we seriously, there are some policy issues that we need, and there are international agreements around marketing of foods to children. So we are not going to be unusual in terms of trying to stop hostile marketing to children.
After more than 3.5 years, the case involving the lawsuit against the Police Service Commission, PSC, and the Commissioner of Police over a number of contentious promotions has finally come to an end, barring the ruling of the High Court at a date to be announced. Lawyers for the aggrieved officers, the PSC, Commissioner Darren Dutton, who is on leave, and the Attorney General wrapped up their submissions yesterday afternoon before Madam Justice Margaret Reefer. After a 1.5-hour hearing, Justice Reefer told the parties that she would inform them when she was ready to deliver her judgment. 14 police officers are challenging a 2012 decision by the PSC to remove their names from a promotions list. Despite compulsory return 10 of its employees who had reached the age of 60 last year as part of cost-cutting measures, the state-owned Barbados Investment and Development Corporation, BIDC, is still projected to end this financial year with $10 million in losses. Chief Executive Officer Sonja Trotman told this to a High Court judge yesterday during a near 45-minute testimony in the matter where 7 of the 10 workers are suing the BIDC and are relying on 7 grounds to prove their case. Under re-examination by her counsel, Nicole Rochford, the CEO revealed that 40% of the corporation's budget of $22 million was allocated to paying wages and salaries every month to the tune of $9 million, a state of affairs which it could not sustain. She told Presiding Judge Jacqueline Cornelius that while the statutory body had forecast reducing spending by $2.5 million a year, it really turned out to be $1 million, even with all of the measures such as not replacing those who go home through attrition and restructuring the IT department. Trotman also testified that retiring the workers will save the company $350,000 annually. Earlier, when responding to cross-examination by attorney for the workers, Gregory Nichols, Trotman denied telling the staff at a Christmas party in December 2014 that no one would be laid off. The case has been adjourned to Thursday, February the 18th, when attorneys from both sides will make their final submissions, followed sometime afterwards by the judge's decision. Opposition Senator Wilfred Abrams is calling for a review of some components of the Domestic Violence Bill of 2016. Abrams told the Senate that one of the changes should be to place greater focus on the individuals being victimized rather than on violence inflicted on women by men. He pointed to the fact that men are also victims of abuse and they too need to be protected under the law. Abrams said he is also concerned about the powers granted to police officers under the legislation. According to him, it gave police more powers than a magistrate, and that could expose government to possible lawsuits. Meanwhile, independent Senator Sir Henry Fraser wants a national dialogue on domestic violence to get to the root of the problem. In sports now, Queen's College has won the third consecutive Massey Store-sponsored Double Crown Volleyball Under-19 Championship. Playing last night at the Community College, they defeated Christchurch Foundation Girls 25-22, 25-22, 25-21 in the best-of-5 sets showdown. In the boys' finals, Barbados Community College did the double when they defeated Combermere. The Combermere boys stood no chance as the college boys took the best-of-5 set with 25-12, 25-21, 25-17.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados. Across these 166 square miles, in every parish, in every community, in every sector, in every home, in every sphere, you can find a gem, a Belgian gem. Celebrate their stories as we celebrate 50 years of independence.
You again with that stale news from yesterday. I got the Barbados Today app on my phone and I just get my news for free. What do she?
Barbados Today. News you can trust.
Turning now to news from the region, police in Trinidad have found themselves at the center of a major claim of unwarranted brutality in an otherwise safe carnival season. An officer is caught by a media photographer beating a civilian with his gun. We pick up the story in this TV6 News report.
A stunning image captured by Guardian photographer Christian De Silva of a police officer hitting a civilian smack in the face on Juve morning. The image has sparked concerns about police officers reacting to situations, in some of which clearly restraint is the better option. TV6 News spoke briefly with De Silva face-to-face at South Key, who told us that the man, though he was being aggressive, was not armed. And when he photographed the incident, the officers tried to chase him, but he showed his media badge. De Silva said had he not been there, he didn't know what might have happened to the unidentified civilian. Acting Police Commissioner Stephen Williams, who took a stroll along to South Key with other security heads including Colonel Rodney Smart, head of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, said the matter involving the police officer will be looked into.
In more regional news, Guyana has been given a boost in its fight against drug with the opening of a U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration or DEA office in the Caribbean country. However, the American ambassador to Georgetown is cautioning not to expect results overnight.
U.S. Ambassador Perry Holloway stated that the DEA is not going to kick down doors but will advise and assist with information sharing. He was speaking at the opening of the DEA office in Guyana.
The DEA here, they do not have arrest authorities. They are not going to be kicking down doors. They're not going to be dragging people into their cars. This is not a show of cops. They are police attachés who are here to advise and assist. Their primary focus are on cases that have a U.S. nexus, cases that have something to do with a crime that is either happening or will happen in the United States. Now, in the course of doing their work, they are going to come across lots of information which may not have a U.S. nexus, but it will maybe a crime going on locally here. And that information will be shared, whether it be with CANU, whether it be with the National Police, prosecutors or judges. They'll be sharing lots of information.
It was back in June 2014 the U.S. government approved the setting up of the DEA office in Guyana. Kemraj Ramjatan, Public Security Minister, said the DA office here in Guyana will bluster and be an asset to Guyana in its drug trafficking fight.
On the international front, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie has suspended his campaign for the Republican presidential nomination after a disappointing finish in New Hampshire. Christie made the announcement earlier on a call with his campaign. He staked his hopes on New Hampshire, but finished sixth on the Tuesday night with just 7% of the vote. CNN's political director David Shalin weighs in on the development.
This is after Governor Christie made calls to donors throughout the day, to friends, to supporters, as he was working through what he said last night in New Hampshire. He and Mary Pat, his wife, were going home to New Jersey to reassess where things stand. That reassessment happened all day long, lots of phone calls, and now, just now, the campaign staff has been notified he is suspending his presidential campaign.
That's news and sports. However, you can join us again this afternoon for more. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and the sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.